And water line bypass for Highway 18. I mean, I wasn't involved in that. I don't know what, you say you and, you have met with the,
Sneal came by and they talked to us, and I think they talked to Turk too, about their need, for their project. They're gonna build that mobile concrete plant for bypass.
yeah, no,
They said that their estimated use for the entire project is 2 million gallons. The build time is between 6 and 9 months. Now that 2 million gallons is for the concrete. They'll also be doing some wash off of equipment. They're estimating there's another million. So they're looking at using, over the course of 6 to 9 months, right around 3 million gallons. We read, me and Jeff went out there, also took the fire chief out there to kind of see about our pressure. We tested the hydrants in that area. The South Winder hydrant it's a AA hydrant. It produces more than 1,500 gallons a minute, which is the best as you can do.
I'm going by what you're saying, but I would appreciate if you and Jeff had came by since I was chairman of the water sewer committee, where I could have had a talk with the man too.
Yeah, I think
Because
you
we
were
wanted
actually
y'all-
called that day, Mr.
Yeah, but that day
You
and
didn't
after,
feel
y'all
well.
didn't meet with him that day, you met afterwards.
No, we met that day. I called you, and I don't think you felt well. I remember calling you walking from over there to in the office, and you didn't feel well. I would never ever make any attempts to leave you out of any.
One reason I'm saying this is because neither one of y'all had a revoke, and I had to bring to the meeting where they could vote on it. You know, it's kind of bad. I don't know. The next time you called me, you said that the county had jumped to the conclusion that they were gonna do it. They had a call meeting.
Yes, sir, I called
Went
you.
ahead on and said, yeah, I know, said they was gonna run that line, so I don't know what's what at the present time.
The county called a special meeting that I got sent the audio, and it looks like they're making an attempt to go forward, and that sparked a different. I'd like to go to the timetable as we met with Sneal first. That was the first thing that happened. That was probably close to a month ago, 3 weeks ago.
Something
So
like that, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
we met with them, we got their usage rate, we got what they needed. They needed 50 gallons a minute, which is not, we were under the impression it might be a couple of million gallons a month. That's just not so. It's 3 million gallons for 6, 8, 9 months build. They're saying they need around 50 gallons a minute. We were looking at the water sources, what's best to run as far as pressure goes. We're getting some cost estimates from the engineers. Mr. David, you were at that meeting where we met with the engineers, and Mr. B didn't feel well. Once again, we didn't make any attempt to leave anybody out. And with currently what we're paying for water from the county, and you apply that 3 million gallon usage to what we would bill them for hydrant rate, the profit is anywhere between 12 and 20,000. 20,000 is really on the high side. I would say more 12 to 15,000 would be the profit. After looking at those numbers, looking at the project, now knowing the water pressure system, now having a better idea of how much the line's going to cost, my approach is to get Sneal to offer them that if they put in the line at their cost, and then they yield back the easement back to us when they leave, that we just sell them the water at cost. It seems like to me to be more beneficial to, the line's going to cost us more than we're going to make. So if they put the line in with their equipment that they already have on site, it just seems like a better fit. Since all that happened, then I heard about the meeting that the county had. I reviewed the tape. That sparked my review of our comprehensive plan, which the county it just received an award from DCA of being a Plan First community. So I thought that was rather odd that their comprehensive plan pretty much shows that that area that they're looking to run lines into is actually in our service area. So I thought that was really eye-opening that a county was just recently awarded Plan First community, and they're looking at going against actually what their comprehensive plan says.
Is that the 2000 plan or 2010 plan you were looking at?
2009.
Because the old one, redrew the line, so therefore we have another plan that come up they never signed.
Yeah, this is 2009. This is the one that's actually in right now. we have the line that goes up Highway 11 to Winder. We loop around Winder, and we feed Stone Gables and Stone Edge. Is that right? Stone Gables, Stone Edge?
Yes.
All the way up to the North Winder. And at the North Winder, where it meets 11, is a box where a meter's in. We stopped it there years ago. I talked to Frank. We stopped it there years ago, way before I got here. And then later on, the county tapped onto that line, put a meter in, and they ran that line all the way up to Glen Haven and Wheeler Road. So they actually service 11 to Wheeler Road off of our line. And that's the line that they're looking at branching off of and coming back south into our service area. That particular hydrant we tested before that meter box is around 750 gallons a minute or 700 gallons a minute. So isn't that right, Chief?
I have to check it.
I think, if I'm going by memory, it's about 700 to 750. We checked the pressure on that hydrant and flow, so 750 gallons a minute. So after knowing that that hydrant's got less flow and less pressure, and the South Winder hydrant has an abundance of pressure and flow, it would seem like it would be a better fit to run it from that south side up to the north end. And it would be about a 1,500 to 2,000 foot run, Chief.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
And you would need to put two hydrants in, one at the end where the concrete plant would pull off of, and you'd need to put one in between because we don't need to go more than 1,000 feet.
plant gonna be located at?
It's gonna be, if you look at the North Winder Drive where Winder comes out, you come back about, I'd say 500, 600, 700, 800 feet. That's actually where this little spur off of the bypass is gonna be. They're gonna build in between that spur and the north side of the bypass, which I thought was gonna be exit, but it's actually not gonna be an exit. So, and then they said once they get through with the project, they demobilize that concrete plant and that land goes back to the owner. So there is conceivably some potential growth right there, but according to the comprehensive plan, all of that land is zoned rural residential. None of that land is zoned commercial. And that's even taken into the effect that the bypass goes through there. On some of these drawings, it still shows that all that land around there is rural residential. So that's the facts I know. One of the obstacles about running the line from the south side up is the bridge beams. There's the bridge beams that the contractor said are around 20 feet. And so, but he said he felt like that those ridge beams would be in place before the build of the concrete plant. But to run those lines north before the bridge beams are put down could conceivably be some issues. And that's why I would just assume with a little bit of profit, and we were expecting a really, really high usage of water, 2 to 3 million gallons a day or a month, but that's not the case. So with a small
The whole
amount,
bypass is concrete, is it not?
yes, it's all concrete. But when you did, with Sneal did the yardage of how much water per yard. We had an independent person look at it too, to how much water you need per yard, how much yard you're gonna need for those 8 miles of road. It turned into they need 2 million gallons of water to the concrete, plus the washing off of equipment, spraying the road, and stuff like that. So their estimates of 2 to 3 million are identical to our information that we got independently. So that's a good thing. So my thing was just let them do the line. We'll have a line there with 2 hydrants. Sell them the water at cost, and then let them deed it over. That's just my recommendation. Council, y'all can do whatever you want to, but everything that I looked at with the service
You haven't
delivery.
presented that to him. He hasn't said anything.
I hadn't said
about
anything to him
making the
because
line with
I don't
the water
think,
cost.
no, I don't think it's my place to negotiate until I get a consensus from y'all. Now, if that's y'all's consensus, me and Jeff can call them tomorrow and move forward. But I just don't wanna tell the engineers to look at building something because they helped us with the cost analysis a little bit. I don't want our engineers to spend 10 grand of our money engineering a line that we don't need to do. I mean, it seems like the most cost-effective, efficient way to do it is just let them run it, and if they will, and then just sell them water at cost. Because either way, being that we buy our overages from the county, either way, we're gonna have to buy the water from the county. And that's, from a county issue, they're gonna be selling the water to us, so either way, that's where it's coming from.
So where this conflict of interest is gonna come in at? We're gonna tell them to go ahead and build a line, and the county's already gonna tap into the line.
Well, that's the concern I have. I mean,
You understand?
the county has voted to
Right.
move forward. Snell has been negotiating with both
Mhm.
sides of this,
Mhm.
obviously. I don't think the service delivery is quite as clear cut as
Right.
we would like it to be. That would answer this for us. I think there's some argument there. So, and of course, this is county. I mean, my understanding from reviewing the '09 agreements, you guys that were there, correct me, but is that it essentially says where you currently have service, that's your area, and everywhere else, reach an
We'll make
agreement
an
in
agreement.
future,
That's
and there's
right.
been no future agreement.
Word of mouth by the thing, every time we hit a meeting, word of mouth. Whoever's closest to it, they serve it.
Mhm.
But once we come out the meeting, it's a different story.
Yeah.
If there's any benefits in that monetary wise, they won't take it.
But actually,
Well,
I think
the service delivery agreement shows a line, it shows this area as being city service, but I don't think we've got, except for the fact that we've got lines out Widener, we don't have anything on 11.
we
Of
have a
course,
force main on it.
okay. Is that why that is there then?
Well,
Is
well,
that
that's
why
part
that's
of it.
showing on the, so,
I put Sharon Doe's property from my building, most thing,
No, the force main goes down one.
about a quarter mile.
Doesn't it?
We got a line in Sharon Doe. Remember the line we
Force
lived
main
in
goes
there?
down one, or doesn't it?
Stone Edge,
Stone Edge, really Stone Edge, isn't it? Uh-huh. Yeah. What's the distance between there and there? Just in case we had to run the line, but at the present time, we're the controversial thing here.
well, that's the point. If the county moves forward, what is the city's intent on?
Here's a corner of Widener
Okay,
and
so
11.
that's-
There's a corner of Widener and 11, and the water meter's right there.
Mhm. Move Sharon Doe.
Yeah, he's down here.
He down at the corner.
He's down
That's
at
what-
Stone
He's in
Stone
Stone
Edge,
Edge.
that's where we got the
This is-
line.
This is the city main, the hydrants.
Mhm.
There's that brick house in the corner,
Yeah.
and there's a DOT trailer right there
Mhm.
under the hand. It's gonna be right there.
He's talking about down at Robinson's house.
Robinson, yeah, from there to there. That would be our distance if we ran.
What really, after I assessed it, looked at stuff and looked at the service delivery and all that, I mean, the city ran the water line outside of our city limits to service Stone Gables and Stone Edge. And then they ran it all the way out to 11 on Winder. Now, if the city wouldn't have done that, there would have been no possible chance for the county to, in fact, put a meter there and then run it all the way up to Glen Haven. So it just seems like common sense that from that meter north is the service area of the county, which duplicates what the service delivery area shows on the map. Anything south of that is the city. I mean, our lines ran out to service those areas, and those are expensive lines.
I think that's certainly the common sense approach
And the common sense approach fits the maps that are attached to the comprehensive plan also. Everything shows pretty much from that meter up is the county's. And the county has no northern source coming down. Everything from Winder north and across the county, east-west, comes from that, feeds that line. There's no northern source coming down.
Well, I think that if the county is footing the bill for all the groundwork, obviously Snell's not gonna agree to pay for everything on our end. I think that there needs to be a decision on how much the city is willing to do, and then there needs to be a discussion with Mayor or Mr. Benny with the county, with Mr. Underwood, and if we feel like that's our area, we just need to get the word out and let them know, and reach an agreement that, hey, we'll put this line in, because the south area should be our area, because we've got lines all the way out Widener. Just before they start getting track hose out there.
Yeah, and part of
it
the-
moves too far.
And part of that, Mr. Benny, is they're looking at, going from the tape that I listened to, the audio tape of the meetings, they're looking at putting a booster pump on that line to boost up the pressure up there to Glen Haven, which to me, that's out of our area, that's out of our concern. Anything that they do to make the water system better available on the north end is a great thing.
Well, not only that, they're in the process of putting a holding tank up there too, but it can run around Wheeler Road, remember?
Yeah.
So, you know, 61 and a half dozen
But that's,
dollars
once
still in the
again,
county.
that's out of our area, and to me, that's out of our area, and that's out of our concern.
Right at the present time, where we are now is out of our area. It's just a word of mouth thing, cause the service delivery thing hasn't been signed.
Well, like I said, once again, the service delivery
Still
strategy
gonna be
that I have,
arguing about who can put it, who can't.
There is a map here, and I
There is
spoke
a map right
with
here.
Cam about this. That I think this has been in discussions, but this has never been an agreement that
Never
this is
been,
the area.
right, never, nothing been put in black
This
and white.
this essentially shows that Widener South would be cities,
Would be said.
but essentially, but
I've got a
talked to
signed
Cam,
agreement
this
right
has
here,
been in the
y'all.
works, but there's just no,
signed agreement, where it was amended in '09, signed.
this doesn't include this stuff, that's the problem.
It says, resolution of mayor and council to agree,
This
adopt the
is-
Jones County service delivery strategy. Isn't that service delivery map you're looking at?
This is not the one from that '09
That's what I
agreement.
was
We've
trying
got,
to tell you.
we've got that one, it's attached. That's it here.
This
that
this is
doesn't show it.
'07.
This is the one that's attached to that agreement.
Correct. I just
I'm
don't want us to
gonna
get
get
in, I just
you-
want
I'm
us to
gonna
get in
get
the
you
strain
that.
of spending money. I mean, the county already got a deal going on with Snail, and we don't know anything with us.
Sounds like you just need to go to the county and figure out
And
what their
see
county
what's
is
what,
and
like
what,
John said, yeah.
Either you and.
Now, what are you gonna do when they come down, they hit the bypass and go east-west?
I think that's
On the north
what,
side of our house?
They're gonna cross our lines on Winder.
you know, at some point, we, if they're gonna use our system as a conduit to go 11 north, then we need to have some input as far as, our rates that they're charging us. If they're gonna charge us to pump water to them,
We're using
it's
it
not
for-
fair to.
They're using us for, they're using our own infrastructure as a
So we
pass-through.
gotta sit down and just let them know, if you're gonna do all of this stuff, then, you know, we gotta get something. We gotta get something, and if we can't do that, then, you know, we need to go back and look at this agreement. It's not fair.
Another thing for council to think about is currently on 18, when you talk about the bypass and you talk about growth, one thing you have to consider is the bypass is a limited access road. It's not designed or even lawful for it to be developed for commerce. And as it exists right now, where it starts on Highway 18, we have that water source and that line all the way up to the school. So anything that happens on that's gonna be us.
And they're in the process of not trying to tap into that line from Fire Station 8.
But to come back down, if you start the slippery slope of letting them come back down in our area, and then on the old Clinton, we run up halfway down Green Settlement. And there's no northern lines on Green Settlement at all.
Well, that's why
So
they put
they
the tank.
can't provide services on the northern side of Green Settlement or Oliver. Now, we're within 1,000, 1,500 feet of, if they needed water up there, it would seem like, you're looking at efficiency from a taxpayer, as I'm in Jones County myself, you just extend the Green Settlement line up instead of going all the way down Wheeler and all the way down Green Settlement.
So why they
And
wanna
over
put a
here-
tank up by Bradley Church where they can run down there and spider web on Green Settlement. It's just that simple.
And then we also have down here, where it meets 22, we service all of that too. So every single intersection, major intersection, besides Green Settlement, we service. 129, they have no northern lines whatsoever, so it's just inconceivable that they could even service that. So currently, the city has lines where the bypass intersects major intersections. So for the county to come south on Winder, then east to west on the bypass, on a limited access road that you can only develop on major intersections, it just doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense, but they got us boxed in at all city limits any way we go because that thing hasn't been signed yet.
Once again, if you look at the map,
Keep saying it's a word of mouth.
they have no northern sources. And we have the intersection here, we have all the way lines down Green Settlement here, we already have Winder here, and we have over here on the other side of Reeves Trust here. And we have it north to the apartments here. And there's no northern source on 129. There's Haddock is the closest on 22. They have nothing on, so it just seems like it's what it is, man.
Would there have been any agreement when they put the line in at Widener? Would there have been an agreement that was reduced to writing at that
Well,
point in time?
that's what me and you talked about, is going back and see when that,
No, it wasn't because it was in, what, 90-something?
That line was put in primarily to save jobs and to keep Lynn Haven nursing home
Moving,
open.
yeah.
That was it. And once it was put in, there was some people that had properties on that line said, you know, will y'all let us look into it? And the county started saying, well, you know, we can do that because it's on our end.
Mhm.
But here we go again, you know, we're paying them for water that they're running through our lines and they're getting paid for again.
Mhm.
And we're the losing end, so, you
The
know.
line actually stopped, I think that was around 03, 04.
It was.
And when Luckadoo bought Miss Hannah's old store, the county ran the line up to him, and then the church wanted to get on it, and ran
Get
it up
on
to
that.
him,
All right.
and then they stopped. Because the city said, that's our line, you know, our whatever, so.
And if you look at their future Gray Jones County Comprehensive Plan, future land use map, it shows 11 as being urban, residential, and everything to the right is agricultural and forest. So it's zoned, future land use is zoned.
All that was before the bypass really got in operation. You
No,
read-
it shows the
No, but-
bypass right there.
So the county rezoned anything they wanted in that area. And
You want to
just
just,
stop.
y'all,
You couldn't find this.
Yeah.
Get together with them, see what